time. Feel free to call me or email me with questions anytime you have them. You're not imposing on me. I really love doing this stuff. I really enjoy it immensely. Some administrative things very quickly. Right outside this door, if you go right, and just before you go outside the doors, there's a couple water fountains there. If you go out those doors, turn left and go across over here, you'll come to the bathrooms. I like to run a rather free-flowing seminar. You can stop me anytime, ask a question. If you need to go to the bathroom, you don't have to raise your hand. Just get up and leave the room. Thank you for going and get a glass of water. I would not. Does anybody smoke? Oh, good. Then we have to worry about somebody wanting to take a smoke break. Let's see, where shall we begin? Is everybody onto the Wi-Fi system here? Everybody's logged in. What I'd like you to do first is go to our district website. That's District 3, Arizona. That's what it looks like right there. If I can go back. That's what the front page of the District 3 website. It's www.aztoastmasters.org. That's Toastmasters with an S. Really important to pay attention to this plurals in some of these things because a lot of our Toastmaster websites have S's. We're going to start with this one right here because this is the simplest of the three websites that we're going to talk about today. District 3's website is not very interactive at all. One, it doesn't require any passwords, usernames, or any of that stuff. You just go to it. There's not much you can really do on this site. But there's a lot of information there on this site. The things that you are most going to be interested in is the events. You can see that yellow band up there with all the little titles. There's events. That will take you to a calendar where you can look at the calendar, and it tells you all about the events going on in District 3, all over District 3, to include your areas down here. There's your calendars right over there. And here's other information. Here's today's seminar right here, and also there's a judge training seminar and a SMAC training going on up in Phoenix. And it doesn't go very, very far. Let's see, where'd they go? They just went to the end of September. And you notice there's some contests in here already. But your main issue most of the time is the calendar. And you can see on the calendar that August has got things filled in. Here we are right here. This is what's going on in the Phoenix area. I have another seminar going on up at Fish and Game way north of Phoenix. And we start beginning contests right here. I think that's the very first that's a club contest.
Al?
Yes.
How do we get our club contest on the calendar?
Well, you see this little button right here?
Yeah.
There's a little button on the date. This is the only interactive thing on this district website is the calendar. And it's not instantaneous. You click on this and, okay, let's say we want to do something on this 15th here. You go in, you fill in all of this information that it asks for. And then you hit save. What happens then is that it goes to the district webmaster and Emmy Bauer moderates it. She looks at it, makes sure that you don't have any bad words in there, or you're not sending somebody down to the gentleman's club, or whatever it might be, that it's clean and it belongs to Toastmasters. And you can put it in there. There are things that they will let you put in there, but you have to ask ahead of time. If you're having some kind of special thing at your company or something and you want to get people to come, they may let you put something like that on there, but you'd have to get a hold of Emmy Bauer and ask her. Because if you just went and plugged this in and said, okay, on this day here I'm having a Mary Kate party at my house, blah, 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 even if it's for Toastmasters only or something, you're probably going to need to check that with Emmy, and she'll probably have to go to Marcia, our district governor, to okay that. So this is your only really interactive place on the website, is the calendar of events. And of course, up here at the top is how you go from month to month. Click on that and tell it you go to whatever month you want. Click on September and voila, September opens up with a plethora of contests. Almost all these, 99% of these contests, I think maybe 100% of them are all area contests. I only saw the one club contest on there, but you can put your club's contest on there if you want, because somebody's done it. And there's a district executive committee meeting. And almost all of them are little hot links that give you more information, that where it is, when it is, how it is. So that's really the total sum of the District 3 website for your interaction. Everything else is just pure information. You can browse around in it and look at any parts of it that you want to. Send other people there. There's member resources, club resources, recognition. This is where the district recognizes people.
Where was the button to see all those contests?
It's events.
Yes.
September, change the month
Yes.
to September.
Oh.
Is there anything on this website that would get us, if there's a speech contest, and we want to get flyers for that particular area contest?
You would have to find out, that you'd have to go to, okay, let's go, we'll go to the calendar and look at the calendar, and let's go to September, so look at some contests. What you'd want to do is, for example, let's say this contest right here. This is at Murphy-Wilmot Library. I do believe this is a Tucson area
Yes.
contest. Okay, click on that, and here's your information, right? This is all the information there is about it. You're going to have to find out how to get a hold of somebody in that. Other than that, they're not putting flyers on there. They're just putting all the directions and times, and that's it. Yes?
Can you tell me the difference between like A2, C2,
Okay.
N2, P2, T2?
C is Catalina. P is
Okay,
Catalina.
here's your breakdown of the district. District 3 is at state of Arizona minus 2 little places. The north rim of the canyon, which you can't get to from Arizona, you have to go into Nevada to get there. There's no bridge over there in the canyon. So that little piece belongs to somebody else, probably some district in Nevada. And Yuma, they don't like us, they want to belong to San Diego. So those 2 places, everything else is District 3, the entire state of Arizona. Then under the district you have 8 divisions. The district is divided into 8 divisions. And the letters that you see are the areas within those divisions. T stands for Tonto Division. So if you see a T and a number, that's Tonto Division area T1, T2, T3, T4. The C is Catalina, that's down this area right here, and I believe the other one's Picacho. I should remember that, my wife's the division governor. So that's what those all mean. And then within those areas, each area has X number of clubs. Usually 4 or 5 clubs right now is about the max, I think. I think there's 6 or 7 yet. So that's what that all means.
So wait, it goes area, division, district?
Right.
Okay. So area is the smallest, and then,
Right. You got clubs, area, division, district. That's the way the state's broken down. And in Toastmasters, we look at it from the opposite direction. Members, clubs, areas, divisions, district, international. Members, number 1. Always try to think that way in Toastmasters. I'm not here to do that this morning. I'm here to do this website. Anyway, does anybody have any other questions about the District 3 website? No? Everybody's... That's about all you can do with it. It's pretty simple, cut and dried. It's a nice place to find out some information. Oh, there is one other thing that I want to show you that you all need to become aware of. This is Emmy Bauer. She's the webmaster. She is really one sweet lady. Last year she was the club extension chair. That's the person that goes out and makes clubs all over the state. She broke every record there was in developing new clubs last year. So the new person that's in there, Ann Prettyman, has got one big bar to jump over. But Emmy's really sweet, she'll always be there to help you. But here's what I wanted to, these two things are what I wanted to tell you about. They have a member spotlight and they have a club spotlight. And you can contact Emmy Bauer, send her an email and say, I would like to put so-and-so in the member spotlight. It could be yourself if you want, it doesn't matter. And you just let her know, you send them, get a picture in, you give a big little blurb about it, you can look at this later on, you click here and it'll tell you all about that individual, so you can see how to do that. I really encourage every club to do this. Make a waiting list, make Emmy work
How long did this stay?
for about a month.
So only 12 in a year?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's by the month. I'm not sure about the member thing. I didn't ask her specifically, I'm just making an assumption there, that's a dangerous thing to do.
Well, given how many clubs there are.
Yeah, they may divide it up some other way, I don't know, I never even bothered to ask. I know that I'm in this, I happen to be a member of this club, Repartee, and if you click on it, it'll take you to Repartee, and it just gives some information, and there's a picture of some of the members of the club. But it's nice, they also list their club website, and I think it goes by the month. But jump on there, you never know if you can get your club in there. It's first come, first serve. Anybody have anything else about this website before we move? Okay, our next website is going to be Toastmasters International. Now, that's www.toastmasters.org. That's the international website. And you can do you can look around a lot of this website, but if you really want to see stuff in your Toastmaster, you're going to need to be able to log in. Now, the way you log in, there's two ways that you can do this. You click on login, you get this little box right here. It appears every single time. There's no remember this or anything else. They don't allow you to do that anymore. You have to log in every single time. And here you either put your email address or your membership number. I always put my membership number in there. But either one works. Then you have to have a password. Now, does everybody here have a Toastmaster International password?
Yes.
No.
So that means most of you don't have one. Here's a couple of ways you can get it. One, you can send an email to Toastmasters International, the membership at toastmasters.org, and say, hey, I need a password. Or you can go down here and say, forgot your password, because if you don't know what it is, they will email one to you. Or you can call them on the phone. They won't give it to you over the phone, they'll email it to you. But that's how you can get your password. And you can actually do that right now. But you're going to have to put one of the two things in this box first. You're going to have to either put your membership number in Toastmasters International or your email address. And it better be the current email address that TI has for you on record. If you put the wrong one in, they're not going to recognize you at all. So then once you put your password in there, you can log in. And there's a lot of things you can do now. One, here's your profile up here. This is where, when they send you a password, you're probably not going to like it. It's a mishmash of numbers and letters and stuff, and probably sometimes upper and lower case and all that, you know. And you can go to my profile, click on that, and it knows who you are when you're there, and your name will appear over here. And then you can change anything you want. Change your address, contact information, username, password. You can look up your educational history, your awards, sponsorship history, membership history, offices, tons of information that you have at your fingertips. You say, let's see, I was a secretary of the club 3 years ago, I think, maybe, and you look there and you find it. the other thing that reason why you log on here is because you're a club officer. There pretty much isn't any reason to go here other than to look up stuff on yourself, or if you're a club officer, or if you want to go shop at the store or something. And there's also free stuff at Toastmasters International, digital stuff that you can download. You can download the entire Better Speaker series, manuals and PowerPoint presentations, Leadership Excellence series, and Successful Club series. You can download them all for free. Now, if you're a club officer, this is what you want right here. You can click on Club Central. But before I do that, there's some other interesting things about this site, and that's your Distinguished Club Program reports for your club. They just changed this, and they made it look really nice. And you go to this dashboard up here, Distinguished Performance Report Dashboard, and you click on that, and this fancy little silver page opens up. It takes a little while, it takes a couple of seconds for it to
Al,
kick in.
do you think I could turn on some of the lights so we can see a little better? Can you see what it is?
Yeah, they kind of faded up there. Just the front, maybe the front.
Did that do any better? Or do you need the front ones?
The front one's low and the back one's.
Yeah, we have it.
Well, I turned these lights off now, is that okay?
Well,
Need a little bit of fun.
need some light.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Does that work? Turn those back ones on.
Didn't want to stay on.
Doesn't want to stay on? Okay.
That's sweet.
There you go.
How's that?
That's good.
Better. That's better.
Okay.
And the second thing is, am I the only one who's having hot flushes?
Yeah.
It's warm in here.
It is warm in
Close
here.
that
I don't know how to control the air conditioning system in this room. You can turn it, if you jack it up, or we can maybe get security.
It can't be adjusted.
It can't be adjusted. Uh-oh. Well, it's not letting me, for some reason, get to this thing.
Yeah, I'm not, I don't have it on either.
Yeah. Well, let's
They're working.
let's do this first. Let's go to Club Central. This is where you will find out if you're a club officer or not. If you click on Club Central, if there are no clubs listed over here in red, you are not an officer in any of those clubs. If it shows up in red, you are an officer in that club. So you have access, as a club officer, you have access to privileged information about your club. Okay? I'm going to click on my home club because my home club has given me carte blanche access to all the information and are not afraid to show it to anybody. They don't care. They have no qualms about anybody knowing who they are, where they live, or any of that stuff. We all live out in Arizona City, Casa Grande Desert, and we're armed. So we really don't care. Anyway, so it opens up, when you click on the club that you're an officer in, it opens to that club's business section. This is really important for you if you're a club officer, because right off the bat, the very first one, the most important one, is membership applications. There's only one kind of member that you cannot do on this automatically, and that's a transfer. If you have somebody coming to your club and they hand you their Form 400 and it says transfer from Club X to your club, it has to be sent hardwired to Toastmasters International. You can either fax it to them or you can scan it and email it to them. And it takes them about a month to go through all those machinations. And don't think that you can get a point out of this, because that person transferring doesn't count for anything. Doesn't count as a new member, doesn't count for anything until the next due cycle when they pay their dues. So trying to transfer in a club to give them an extra point isn't going to work at the last minute. It doesn't work. So, but that's the only one. Everything else you can do: dual, new, reinstated. Here's where your treasurer can pay the dues. You can update your club meeting status. This is an interesting place to find other information about your club, and that is when it chartered and what your federal EIN number is. Because every year, you're gonna get this 99N form from the IRS, and you need, as a treasurer, you need to fill it out. And it's real simple. It's yes, no, or something like that, no, no, click, because you don't make any money. If you have a club that has $25,000 in your account, I want to come and join so we can go on a cruise, because I don't know what you do with that kind of money in a club. Usually most clubs, if they got a couple $100 in their account, it's a miracle. So it's very simple, but that's where you find that number. And if you want to change any of this stuff, you can change it. You're an officer, you're in here, you can click on any of these things and change it. So be careful what you're doing when you're clicking around in here. Okey dokey, let's back up a little bit here. Here's where you can update your officer information. Are all your clubs, have you submitted your officers to Toastmasters International, all your new, if you had elections recently?
Yes.
You should make sure that you do, so that you're getting credit for that. Here's all our club officers right here in this club. And here's where you can change them. You can replace them, remove them, whatever. There's two that you can't do. One is, well, two things you can't do. You can't make the president, you can't put the president's name in the treasurer's slot, or vice versa. Doesn't work. The president cannot be the treasurer. It's the only rule they have. You can have dual roles, but that's the one that they don't let you do. Let's see.
How did you get to that?
That is right here. View, update, print my club officer information. Update club mailing address. Simple, it's just gonna show us the address and everything and how to get to this club.
Go one level higher, would you? One level higher, how'd you get here?
How did I get here? I got here from, went to Club Central, and when I got to Club Central, I went to the club that I was an officer in, which happened to be Signal Peak was one I listed, and I clicked on that, and it took it to me, into that spot. Here, I'll show you real quick. Right here, Club Central disappears after I click on Club Central.
Thank you.
And then I clicked on my club, and bang, it opened up. Then we have submit educational awards, VP of Education's job, but any club officer can do it except for the Sergeant at Arms, I believe, is the only one that's locked out of doing this particular one for some reason. They may have changed it, I don't know, I never pay attention to those little things unless somebody brings them to my attention. But here's where your VP of E or any other club officer, if need be, can submit your awards. It lists a group of names, and then there's page numbers down here so you can get to the rest of the members. And if you're putting an individual in for an award, you just look, you see that their name is hot linked. You click on that, and then it asks you what award you want to do. It lists all the awards, and you click on that one, then it goes to the next one, next page, until you put in all the information, and then you submit it. And then you will receive it, and if you're not the VP of E, and you do it, you will get an email from Toastmasters International. The individual will get an email, and the VP of E will get a notification that this award's been submitted. Okay. Update and print membership roster. This is probably the most private part of your website, of your club's information. This lists all your club members, their addresses, telephone numbers, email addresses, and if you can access this, you can change their address and you can change their contact information if they don't want to do it themselves in their profile. You can do it.
Can
And
I,
it just lists, and then there's their memberships numbers right there.
may
Yes,
I
ma'am.
ask you to help catch me up? I didn't have the password and it took me,
That's okay.
I'm on the main page. Can you show me how to get to where you are right now?
Go to login.
Okay, I've logged in,
Okay.
so.
Go to Club Central.
It's on the left.
See, it's right below login.
Scroll down, little red page.
I see log out.
We got locked
Try
out.
for the log out.
Are you the club officer?
No,
That's probably why you can't get in.
okay,
There is no Club Central for
okay.
you if you're not a club
That's
officer.
okay, I don't have to worry.
Okay. So anyway, here's all your club membership information. Update your club bylaws. Probably never ever going to touch that. There's always a possibility you might change something. For example, forget what. How did I get there? This is where you put in things like your dues.
So when dues went up last year,
This is the bond laws.
It got changed automatically. See, it says 36 right there. That is the dues. Now,
we had something with their dues that did require by.
now this one right here, the $6. This is our well, I don't know, maybe not. Yeah. This is the way it's broken down. It's $6 a month. Also, in our club, if you join our club as a brand new member, you pay the $20. If you're at the beginning of the, what do you call it? It's 36 at the beginning of the dues period, and then it's prorated down from there. And our club has $1 a month dues. And that's, we keeps that $1 a month, and we use that to buy manuals and things. We have an extensive library, and when somebody wants a manual and they want one like right now, we sell them a manual, and then we just replace it. The money goes into our account, and we replace the manual. Makes it much easier. They get their manual right now, they can start doing whatever speech. Okay. Club awards, you can see all the awards for your club. Beat the Clock, Smedley, Talk of Toastmasters, distinguished stuff. And DCP report. This wire transfer, that's for clubs overseas. That's how they do all their stuff. They do wire transfers from Saudi Arabia or India or wherever to Toastmasters International. Let's see if this is working now. Couldn't get it to work before. Let's see if we can make it work. This is an interesting part for you to go to. It may be down for maintenance this morning. Usually they have a little notice that comes up when they're down, but you never know what's going on. I'm not going to mess with that right now. But we're going to click right out of that. Does anybody have any questions about?
Yeah, well, I'm logged in,
Okay,
and
let me go back to that.
I am an officer, but I can't seem to get to Club Central.
Okay. You logged in?
Yeah.
This is what you should see right here. If you're logged in, if you're a club officer, you should have that.
So wait, what does that link say right under the red button? Club Officer Resources?
Yeah, but this is what you're looking for right here, is this Club Central button.
Yeah.
You have to have that red
Two red
button.
buttons.
I don't have that red button.
You sure you're a club officer, Henry?
Yeah.
Did they submit your name?
So,
Because if you're logged in, does it say log out right now? Okay, then this should appear. And I can't answer that question why it's not there. I don't know the answer to that.
it says, welcome Henry Norfolk. Non-member, it says, non-member.
Oh, they don't.
Oh, you logged in the wrong spot somewhere. You logged in as a non-member somehow. You're gonna have to back out all of that and go back to the original page.
Okay, so
I know a number of people have done that. They've logged in as non-members.